Beryl strengthened into a hurricane on Saturday as it churned toward the southeast Caribbean, with forecasters warning it was expected to strengthen into a dangerous major hurricane before reaching Barbados late Sunday or early Monday. A major hurricane is considered a Category 3 or higher, with winds of at least 111 miles per hour. At the moment, Beryl is a Category 1 hurricane. A hurricane warning was issued for Barbados, and a hurricane watch was in effect for St. Lucia, Grenada, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, while a tropical storm watch was issued for Martinique, Dominica and Tobago. Hurricane watches were in effect for Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, while a tropical storm watch was issued for Martinique, Dominica and Tobago. More than 50 years have passed since a hurricane appeared before July 4 in the Atlantic Basin. Alma hit the Florida Keys on June 8, 1966, according to Weather Underground. It's astonishing to see a forecast for a major hurricane in June anywhere in the Atlantic, let alone this far east in the deep tropics. #Beryl organizing in a hurry over the warmest waters ever recorded for late June. Beryl is the second named storm in what is predicted to be a busy hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30 in the Atlantic. Last week, Tropical Storm Alberto brought torrential flooding to portions of southern Texas and northeastern Mexico. It was responsible for at least 4 deaths in the Mexican states of Nuevo León and Veracruz. According to CBS News weather producer David Parkinson, Beryl is the farthest east a hurricane has formed in June, and one of only 2 to do so east of the Caribbean, with the other instance occurring in 1933. Parkinson expects Beryl to remain south of Jamaica, and forecasts that any U.S. impacts are still at least 8 days away. Beryl's center is forecast to pass about 26 miles south of Barbados, said Sabu Best, director of the island's Meteorological Services director. On Saturday, Beryl was located about 720 miles east-southeast of Barbados, with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. It was moving west at 22 miles per hour. Rapid strengthening is now forecast, the Miami-based National Hurricane Center said. Atmospheric science researcher Tomer Berg noted that Beryl was just a tropical depression with 35 miles per hour winds on Friday. This means that according to preliminary data, Beryl already met rapid intensification criteria before even becoming a hurricane. Warm waters are fueling Beryl, with ocean heat content in the deep Atlantic the highest on record for this time of year. Beryl also is the strongest June tropical storm on record that far east in the tropical Atlantic. "We need to be ready," Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Mottley said in a public address late Friday. "You and I know when these things happen, it is better to plan for the worst and pray for the best." She noted that thousands of people are in Barbados for the 2020 World Cup cricket final, with India beating South Africa on Saturday in the capital of Bridgetown. It is considered cricket's biggest event. Some fans, were rushing to change their flights to leave before the storm. "This is one of things that no one should have to experience. Everyone be safe and find shelter should you have to." Meanwhile, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves said in a public address Saturday that shelters will open Sunday evening as he urged people to prepare. He ordered officials to refuel government vehicles, and asked grocery stores and gas stations to stay open later before the storm. "There will be such a rush if you keep limited hours," he said as he apologized ahead of time for government interruptions on radio stations with storm updates. "Cricket lovers have to bear with us that we'll have to give information. This is life and death." Beryl is the second named storm in what is predicted to be a busy hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30 in the Atlantic. Earlier this month, Tropical Storm Alberto came ashore in northeast Mexico with heavy rains that resulted in 4 deaths. Lowry noted that only 5 named storms on record have formed in the tropical Atlantic east of the Caribbean. Of those, only 1 hurricane of record has formed east of the Caribbean in June. Mark Spence, manager of a hostel in Barbados, said in a phone interview that he was calm about the approaching storm. "It's the season. You can get a storm anytime," he said. "I'm always prepared. I always have enough food in my house." Beryl is expected to drop up to 6 inches of rain in Barbados and nearby islands, and a high surf warning of waves up to 13 feet was in effect. A storm surge of up to 7 feet is also forecast. The storm is approaching the southeast Caribbean just days after the twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago reported major flooding in the capital, Port of Spain, as a result of an unrelated weather event. Meanwhile, a no-name storm earlier this June dumped more than 20 inches of rain on parts of South Florida, stranding numerous motorists on flooded streets and pushing water into some homes in low-lying areas. According to the National Hurricane Center, the season's first hurricane usually forms in early to mid-August, which makes Beryl unusual for reaching hurricane strength. In a report released last month, the NOAA predicted an above-average hurricane season with 17 to 25 storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes and 4 to 7 major hurricanes of Category 3 or higher. A tropical storm is a tropical cyclone with maximum sustained winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour, while a hurricane is defined as a tropical cyclone with maximum sustained winds greater than 74 miles per hour. Like, comment and subscribe for more videos.